Now on CoastTV News.
Windy and cooler today as a cold front ushers in chilly air. We have a chance of seeing scattered showers throughout the day with a chance of patchy frost by Thursday morning. I'll track it on Featurecast coming up next.
Taxes due today. The time frame on your return if you file in Delaware or Maryland.
Next level 911, we look at some of the Delaware upgrades in emergency services and the improvements to 911.
Road work disruption.
It's hectic.
The project in Lewis that is causing frustration for drivers.
This is CoastTV News Today.
And it is Tuesday, April 15th, 2025. Good morning, I'm Matt Pensick.
And good morning, I'm Elisa Weber. Thank you for joining us for our 5 o'clock hour.
You just heard it, some sprinkles, the rain setting the tone for tax day, tax filing deadline today. Yes. Rainy and taxes, that's a great combination.
That is a great combination, and if you haven't done your taxes, probably should do those.
Chop, chop.
Chop, chop,
okay.
Chop, chop. But yeah, Bob, that's the story. A little bit of sprinkles this morning. Definitely was warmer, though, when I walked out to my car, which I know is not going to last.
Definitely a lot milder. No, of course it won't last. It's springtime. Good morning, Lisa and Matt. We had a few showers overnight. Nothing heavy. Didn't hear any thunder. And here's a radar replay. Had a few of those sprinkles and showers across Sussex County. Heavier rain the farther south you go across Delmarva. They had some thunderstorms south of Chincoteague. We're getting a little break now. We had a warm front move through, and then we're watching a cold front back to the west. Still some clouds and low pressure longer front, I think, could keep shower chances going as we go throughout the day. And then as we go into this evening, this front will finally move through and it'll get windy and much cooler. But it's mild right now. 63 Rehoboth, 62 Ocean City, Delmar 63, and Georgetown 62. So all you need is an umbrella and a windbreaker. That's about it. Winds are out of the southwest pretty light now. So we have the clouds this morning and we'll see intermittent showers throughout the morning with temperatures into the 60s. Even by the noontime hour, still a few showers. And then as we go into the afternoon, here comes a front. You can see that little dip there in the winds. As the front is moving offshore, the wind's really picking up. And we're in the mid-60s this afternoon, but temperatures quickly falling as the colder air moves in. So we'll see rain every once in a while today. And then I think we'll see that front later on today with the winds really ramping up later today into tomorrow and that frost potential Thursday morning. Much more on that coming up a little bit later in my full forecast.
All right. Thank you, Bob. Our top story this hour, the deadline to file income taxes. If you've waited to the final day, here are some key items to note. You can actually request a 6-month extension, but that also is due today. According to the Delaware Division of Taxation, it can take up to 12 weeks to process your state return. The Maryland Department of Revenue doesn't specify how long it could take to get your state refund, but it is estimated to be up to 10 weeks to process your return.
Staff layoffs are underway within the Internal Revenue Service. It comes ahead of tax day. The IRS began implementing their reduction in force last week and will continue notifying staff of layoffs across the agency over the next 2 weeks. However, it is not clear yet how much of that workforce across the IRS is being terminated. More than 7,000 probationary employees at the IRS were terminated, and several thousand other IRS workers took the administration's deferred resignation offer earlier this winter, according to a source familiar with the matter. The anticipation is that the tax filing season should run relatively smoothly.
Road closures starting today in Lewis, and you can see that area right here on your screen. According to DelDOT, this is located behind the Redners on Route 9. That is Nassau Commons Boulevard.
And new this morning today in Lewis, road work will resume on Nassau Commons Boulevard. This is frequently used road for people who go to the shopping center at the Redners in Lewis, and the construction will consist of a water main work, storm drain installations, and full roadway reconstruction. The contractor of that work, Adel, says construction will last for the next 2 months and just closed down the entranceway from Route 9. This work will create one entrance and exit for shoppers, and one local CoastTV spoke with says the work leaking into the summertime will create problems.
It's hectic because it does get backed up at the light there. So it's just probably going to take a couple extra minutes, and I guess more patience would be involved, to get your shopping done.
And DelDOT says the end goal for this project is to have a light up at Nassau Commons Boulevard and Route 9.
And we have more road work news out of Lewis. Tonight, DelDOT is opening up a proposed project to public input. Plans for this area are on your screen. It's Plantation Road. It calls for 2 roundabouts, turn lanes, and new curb and gutter closed system drainage. This is specifically Route 24 to Robinsonville Road, and DOLDOT is expected to review this project at a 7 p.m. workshop held at Beacon Middle School.
Happening today, work on public beach access on Assateague Island, Virginia is scheduled to begin. Crews are set to move roads and parking areas 2.5 miles north. They say the beach area in Accomack County will remain open during the work, and we are told the relocation is needed as the island migrates closer to the mainland due to environmental factors and storms. The nearly $18 million project is expected to be complete next April on Assateague Island.
This just in, Seaford Police Department is up for a prestigious recognition. According to the department, representatives from the Commission on Accreditation for Law Enforcement Agencies, or CALA, will be in the city on August 18th, judging departments, procedures, management, operations, and more. Seaford Police say as part of the assessment process, a public comment online portal is now open.
Upgrades are coming to help during emergencies in Delaware. The Delaware Department of Safety and Homeland Security is rolling out a new and improved 911 service. Callers will be able to stream live video and share photos. That allows first responders to get important information before arriving on the scene. The enhanced system will also allow for text translation and language support. Officials plan to upgrade all Delaware public safety answering points by next year.
Maryland Transportation Authority is warning of another scam and another one involving tolls. And they say emails and text messages are circulating stating the recipient has an unpaid toll debt. The agency is emphasizing it does not send texts like this. MDTA says people who receive the fraudulent messages should report them to the FBI.
We are now taking a live look at Washington, D.C. on this Tuesday morning, where the issue about a Maryland man deported to El Salvador became part of a Monday meeting between President Trump and El Salvador's president. That nation continues to take in deported alleged Venezuelan gang members.
As NBC's Alice Barr shows us, illegal immigration, updating tariff policy, and the opposition by Democrats to both is how the Trump administration begins its Tuesday.
This morning, the standoff over a mistaken deportation intensifying after President Trump hosted the president of El Salvador, who claimed he could not return the man from a mega prison in his country.
How can I smuggle a terrorist into the United States? I don't have the power to return him to the United States.
Kilmar Abrego Garcia, a father of 3 with a work permit in Maryland, was deported to El Salvador through what the Justice Department called an administrative error. The Supreme Court has ordered the Trump administration to facilitate his return.
That's the order. The order is bring him back.
But the Attorney General argues initiating Abrego Garcia's release is El Salvador's call.
This is international matters, foreign affairs. If they wanted to return him, we would facilitate it, meaning provide a plane.
The White House now saying Abrego Garcia was not mistakenly deported, alleging he's part of the violent MS-13 gang. Claims his family denies.
I'm still fighting for you.
He's never been criminally charged in the U.S. or El Salvador. President Trump saying he wants to deport more migrants here illegally to El Salvador prisons, and saying the Attorney General is looking into whether U.S. citizens with violent criminal convictions could be sent there too.
If it's a homegrown criminal, I have no problem. Now, we're studying the laws right now.
The president also weighing in on tariffs, saying a new round is coming on imported pharmaceuticals and semiconductor chips, which could drive up costs for computers and smartphones. Though asked about possible exemptions for Apple products, President Trump said he would be flexible. In Washington, Alice Barr, NBC News.
We're just getting started in this hour of CoastTV News today.
Yeah, coming up, a temporary ticket shift, the change at the Ocean City Performing Arts Center, and how you can still get in at upcoming shows.
Also making changes to a memorial. We'll tell you how Ellendale could update its war memorial and what local businesses would help with design and construction.
But first, rolling back Biden programs, why the USDA claims these cuts actually will bring more money to farmers. All that and more as CoastTV News Today continues.
Just about 5:12 on our Tuesday morning. Bay Health Cam and over 59. You're dry. We had a few sprinkles move through Sussex County earlier. Heavier showers and storms near Chincoteague and Point South, but we're pretty much dry right now. But hang on to that umbrella. We're looking at more showers building in from the west as we're tracking a cold front and more showers back through West Virginia, and then much colder air behind this system. So we're going to have the showers, then the wind, and then the cold. It's mild right now, with temperatures into the 60s and not too windy now, but later today those winds will certainly crank up. Bus stop forecast for the kiddos, not bad. Make sure they have an umbrella. A few showers, 62 off to school, and slightly warmer heading home with a few more showers possible and a temperature of 65.
A change that could affect farmers on Delmarva. The U.S. Department of Agriculture announcing the cancellation of the Biden administration's Partnerships for Climate-Smart Commodities. According to Secretary Brooke Rollins, under that program, more taxpayer money was funneled to the management of the grants and less money went to farmers. Rollins says existing grant agreements must have a minimum of 65% of the money going to farmers. And according to the department, they will honor expenses from that partnership that occurred prior to Sunday.
Happening today in Selbyville, a discussion on short-term rentals. According to the agenda, the Planning and Zoning Committee is set to take up this topic at its meeting tonight. Also on that agenda, possible parking restrictions for campers and other trailers. This meeting is this afternoon at 4 p.m. at the Town Hall.
The insurance company Liberty Mutual is paying Delaware hundreds of thousands of dollars. Officials say the company paid a $300,000 penalty to the first state after an investigation uncovered over 31,000 instances of misleading advertising. The Department of Insurance says the violations included listing discounts on homeowners and auto policies that were not actually available to Delaware consumers. 3 Liberty Mutual companies were cited with an additional $200,000 penalty pending if the issues are not corrected.
NVIDIA is working to produce AI supercomputers entirely in the U.S. The company announced plans to build manufacturing space in Arizona and Texas. Meanwhile, the company is building a supercomputer factory in Houston and Dallas. NVIDIA says it plans to produce up to $500 billion of AI infrastructure within the U.S. in the next 4 years.
Meta's federal antitrust trial, it kicked off Monday in Washington. CEO Mark Zuckerberg right there taking the stand. The FTC is accusing Meta of illegally building a social networking monopoly through its acquisitions of Instagram and WhatsApp. There will not be a jury, which means the judge will be issuing the final ruling, and if he rules against Meta, the company could be forced to sell Instagram and WhatsApp.
Still ahead, making changes to Memorial. We'll tell you about the plans in Ellendale to update the town's war memorial and when they will discuss this with officials.
We're seeing mild and dry conditions for the time being in Salisbury on the Spicer Brothers camera, but a few showers throughout the day as we're tracking a cold front that will come through. Showers along it, then windy and colder behind it. Maybe some patchy frost possible by Thursday morning. I'll have your full forecast details in 2 minutes. Stay tuned.
Time is 5:17, and we're getting a live look at a damp scene in Ocean City. And Bob, overnight, I know you were tracking maybe some bumpy weather. We're getting through that period right now.
We are. You know, in Sussex County, we just had a few showers here. Farther south along the peninsula, that's where we had some thunderstorms down near Chincoteague and Point South. And you can see this radar replay. We had some of those showers overnight, no rumbles of thunder, and now we're getting a little break. There are those showers and storms that were rumbling through Crisfield and Chincoteague, then farther south on Delmarva. Right now, we're getting a little bit of a break as we're looking at dry conditions temporarily. We had a warm front lift through. We're watching a trough and a cold front back to our west. You can see clouds and showers already back through Virginia. And I think we will see some more scattered showers as we go through the day. As we're watching this cold front right here, you can see more energy back across western parts of Virginia and the Tennessee Valley. So it's going to take a little while for this front to come through. And as it gets here, I think we will see some of those shower chances, and then much colder and windier behind this front. In fact, some snow across the Great Lakes as very strong high pressure will be building in. And as that high settles near us and over us, could be looking at some frost as we go into Thursday morning. Nothing frosty about these temperatures. We're looking at low to mid 60s right now. These are pretty nice. 64 Bethany Beach, Georgetown 62, the same for Delmar, and 61 in Salisbury. As we have a light west-southwesterly wind at the present present time, but that'll be picking up, especially later on this afternoon. Futurecast this morning, we have the clouds and the mild conditions in the low to maybe mid-60s and periodic showers every once in a while. Maybe some of those heavier around the noon hour around Berlin or Ocean City. Then the winds picking up from the southwest this afternoon. Temperatures into the mid-60s, cooler at the coast. And then as we go into this evening, the cold front sliding through. Then here comes the drier and colder air. We clear it out tonight. And by tomorrow morning, it's in the 40s, but feeling much colder with the wind. And a windy Wednesday. By noon, we're into the mid-50s, close to 60 or low 60s by 3 o'clock, but feeling colder with a strong wind out of the northwest. And then as we go into tomorrow night and into Thursday morning, the winds lighten up, and we're looking at chilly temperatures in the mid to upper 30s inland areas. That's why we're concerned for some frost as that high settles in. So protect your plants and vegetation as we go into your Thursday morning. I don't think we're looking at a hard frost, just some patchy frost as the winds really ramp up as we go into this afternoon, gusting close to 40 miles per hour in some places. Make sure you secure those outdoor items, and still pretty windy as we go into your Wednesday. Those winds gusting over 30 miles per hour. And down the road into the weekend and early next week, we're looking at above normal temperatures as we settle into more of a normal springtime pattern. Paul Davis 7-day forecast. Showers today in 66, 58 on Wednesday, and windy. Once again, maybe a little frosty on Thursday morning, 62 on Thursday. I don't think we're looking at frost Friday morning, up to 70 on Good Friday. Saturday, really warm, 79. Front comes through, maybe some showers Saturday night, back into the mid-60s and dry for Easter Sunday. So good to see that we will have a drier weekend for the most part. Umbrella giveaway winner is Lila Goodwin from Delmar, Maryland. Congratulations to her. From Paul Davis and Coast TV.
Thank you, Bob. Happening today, Ellendale officials will continue discussing renovations for its Veterans Memorial. On your screen, you can see the current site of the Ellendale Veteran Memorial. It's located right next to the town's police department. According to town clerk Karen Emery Bella, Terra Landscapes and Garden Center is bidding on the site. Emery told us that Bella Terra will be coming with a checklist that would bring to council with some things that they would like to change about the memorial. Coast TV spoke with one man who lives in Ellendale and told us with it being a smaller town memorial like this, it deserves more attention.
Well, it's very important for the community because it'll keep the spirit of respect to our veterans. People have served and are serving our country. So it's very important to keep that memory here in town of Ellendale.
Special meeting is taking place tonight at 7 p.m. at Town Hall.
More to come this morning on Coast TV News Today. Temporary ticket shift will tell you what shows you can look forward to at the Ocean City Performing Arts Center. Don't go anywhere.
If you have a Delaware student athlete, we have an update for you. The Delaware Division of Public Health is offering free physicals for a new season. According to the Georgetown Middle School, an event takes place May 7th and 21st at that school. Parents or guardians must complete the DEI-AA forms beforehand. They can be picked up at the school office, and this is open to 5th and 8th graders through 8th graders.
New this morning in Ocean City, temporary changes at the Performing Arts Center. According to the organization's Facebook page, the box office is closed until April 18th. It is expected to reopen Monday, April 21st, and the Ocean City Performing Arts Center says people can still buy tickets online. There are 3 upcoming shows, including Mickey Dolenz Songs and Stories, Mean Girls, and the Fab Four. And Easter is right around the corner, and you can start your Easter Sunday with music and meaningful conversation if you celebrate with Sunrise Sermons 2025, The Final Sacrifice. Services begin at 7 a.m. on Coast Country, at 9:30 on the Delmarva Sports Network, and right here on Coast TV at 10:30. Matt, it's a classic April day, warm this morning, but as Bob says, it's not going to last.
Yeah, I think we got those April showers that you were talking about yesterday. Bob, better get some May flowers out of this. That's all I can say.
Yeah, well, we already have some April flowers, a lot of flowers out there. Yeah, we've had some warm spurts for sure. Fenwick Island and Ocean City, you'll see periodic showers throughout the day. Near 60 in Ocean City, falling into the afternoon hours and into the lower 60s for Fenwick Island. So have your umbrella at the beach and also have it for the ferry ride up to Cape May. Some showers, especially this morning in Lewis, and then windy as we go into the afternoon. And in Rehoboth, looking at mainly morning showers and then those winds really ramping up behind that cold front. And then Cambridge and into Crisfield, we're looking at showers as we go through the morning hours and then drying out towards the evening and windy conditions as it turns much colder. Windy the next couple of days, that frost potential Thursday morning. Much more on my forecast coming up in the next half hour.
Break on Coast TV News today. Rooftop bar request will tell you how one popular restaurant in Ocean City wants to expand and what new additions will include.
Also, Lewis roadwork resumes, how closures near one major shopping center could impact drivers.
And seeking Representative Parker Selby as the Delaware General Assembly reconvenes again today. The big question is, will she attend? Coast TV News today. We'll be right back.
Now on Coast TV News.
Windy and cooler today as a cold front ushers in chilly air. We have a chance of seeing scattered showers throughout the day with a chance of patchy frost by Thursday morning. I'll track it on Featurecast coming up next.
Missing Milton voice with potential votes on 4 pieces of legislation today in the Delaware General Assembly. Questions continue about District 20 Representative Stell Parker Selby.
Exit temporarily eliminated the road project near a Lewis shopping and business center that is creating frustration.
Filing final push, the requirement to get tax returns in by the end of today and what to expect in Delaware and Maryland.
This is Coast TV News Today.
April 15th, 2025. Good morning, everyone. I'm Matt Pensick. Good morning, Lisa.
Good morning, Matt. Good morning. I'm Elise Weber. Thank you for joining us.
Time is 5:30, and I think if you're a student or you just have some vacation time coming out, you got that countdown going on to Easter break.
Absolutely. I always found it a little difficult to focus when you knew a nice long break or weekend was coming up. What about you?
Oh, yeah. What if you're a senior in high school and you have spring break coming up?
It was always like, can we just watch a movie? No, I'm just kidding. But no, it's exciting. And
were you?
Maybe not, but it is exciting if you have a holiday coming up. But Bob, everyone wants to know, how's the weather going to be when they're home?
You know what they say, Elise, in every bit of kidding, there's always a little kernel of truth in there. So, no, we're looking forward to spring break for sure. We're seeing some spring showers this morning. We had some sprinkles across Sussex County a little earlier, a little drier now, with some heavier showers, even some thunderstorms south of Chincoteague and then towards Cape Charles. But we're getting a little break right now. We had a warm front swing through. To our west, there's a trough and a cold front, and already some showers across Virginia, West Virginia, and then farther south and west are there. So we're not done with the rain yet, as I think we'll see more showers as this cold front slowly heads our way today, and then much colder and windier behind it. But ahead of it, it's mild. 64 in Bethany Beach, Delmar 62, 60 in Milton right now. So very mild out the door. Winds aren't strong now, but they'll be ramping up later today as that front comes through. We've got the clouds this morning, temperatures in the 50s and 60s, and we'll see those showers from time to time. Here's mid-morning with some showers, and by noon, maybe some showers from Salisbury to Dewey Beach, maybe some heavier rain around Ocean City. That's possible. And then I think we do dry it out as we go into the afternoon. Southwesterly winds swing to the west and northwest as that front comes through. 5 p.m. You can see that front moving offshore and the colder air starts to build in and it gets windy. If you're riding the ferry today, it's actually not bad this morning with the wind. The winds are light, but we will see the showers this morning and mild temperatures. It's later this afternoon that those winds really start to ramp up into tomorrow and turning much colder too.
Bob, we are now going to take a live look at Delaware's capital city of Dover. The General Assembly will be in session today with a full slate of committee hearings and meetings, and the potential of several bills being voted in the House of Representatives. And the question in our top story this morning, will District 20 Representative Democrat Stell Parker Selby be in attendance and vote on those bills? So far this year, she has not voted on one piece of legislation. It has created controversy because she has not attended one day of the General Assembly, meaning District 20, which covers Milton and parts of Lewis, has not had representation on votes in the House this year.
In November 2024, Parker Selby was reelected to the House for a second term. So here's an update on this situation. Prior to the start of the 153rd General Assembly, Parker Selby sent a letter stating she would not be present at Legislative Hall due to a medical event. Since then, over 100 pieces of legislation have been voted on in the House this year. Parker Selby has not voted on any of them. Normally, the General Assembly ends on the final day of June, meaning there are 76 days remaining in this session.
And happening today, it's the deadline to file income taxes. If you have waited to the final day, here is some key information you need to know. You can request a 6-month extension, but that request is also due today. According to the Delaware Division of Taxation, it can be up to 12 weeks to process your state return. The Maryland Department of Revenue doesn't specify how long it could take to get your state refund, but it estimates to be up to 10 weeks to process your return.
Today in Lewis, roadwork resuming on Nassau Commons Boulevard. It's a frequently used road for people who go shopping at the Redners. We do know that there is water main work, storm drain installations, and full roadway reconstruction. The contractor, Adel, says construction will last for the next 2 months. This closes the entranceway from Route 9, meaning there will be just one entrance and exit for shoppers. DelDOT says the end goal for this project is to have a light up at Nassau Commons Boulevard and Route 9.
This just in tonight in Ocean City, the request for a rooftop bar of one of the town's most popular restaurants is up for review by the Planning and Zoning Commission. The Angler on Talbot Street is attempting to expand its restaurant. Ocean City Planning and Zoning Committee development staff is recommending the approval. The commission will get a look at renderings submitted by Joseph G. Thompson, architect from Peekskill, New York. It follows a renovation project that the restaurant completed last year. The plans include an enclosed kitchen, seating, and restroom facilities.
Seaford Police Department is up for what they say is a prestigious recognition. According to the department, representatives from the Commission on Accreditation for Law Enforcement Agencies, or CALE, will be in the city on August 18th. That organization will judge the police department's procedures, management, operations, and more. Seaford Police say as part of the assessment process, a public comment portal is open for people to give their thoughts.
Critical upgrades are coming to help during emergencies in Delaware. The Delaware Department of Safety and Homeland Security is rolling out a new and improved 911 service. Callers will be able to stream live video and share photos. This allows first responders to get better information before arriving on the scene. The enhanced system will also allow for text translation and language support. Officials plan to upgrade all Delaware public safety answering points by next year.
Maryland Governor Wes Moore is celebrating a study abroad program with Salisbury University. The governor posted these photos you see here to his Facebook page of a signing ceremony with the school and the Japan Study Abroad Foundation. And according to Governor Moore, the program has improved relationships between Maryland and Japan for 25 years so far. People in California, they're recovering this morning from a massive earthquake Monday. Preliminary estimates putting its magnitude at 5.2.
Reed Binion shows us the damage and how people now right in that area are impacted by these systemic shivers.
Boom, 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 loud. Like thunder loud.
People in Southern California got a rude awakening Monday morning.
The whole sky was rumbling.
There was just a huge earthquake in San Diego. Must have been like a 5-point something.
He's not far off. Preliminary estimates put the quake's magnitude at 5.2.
Oh my God, that was huge, Buster.
Experts at Caltech said the quake was recorded at just after 10 a.m. near Julian, California. It was relatively deep, roughly 8 miles below the surface.
I was actually supposed to be in class. I was asleep in my car, but it woke me up and I got the alert on my phone. I just thought it was like a big truck or something.
According to the United States Geological Survey, more than 25 million people experienced weak to light shaking.
I was standing in my office and I got the notification a couple of seconds before I felt it. It was a pretty good shake.
Tremors were felt across a large part of the state from Los Angeles to San Diego. Video from the San Diego Zoo Safari Park shows the African elephants reacting to the quake with behavior known as an alert circle, instinctively circling an elephant calf to protect it. I'm Reed Binion reporting.
We are now taking a live look at Washington, D.C. Talk surrounding a Maryland man deported to an El Salvador jail continues as that country's president met with President Trump on Monday. And the president of El Salvador, during a White House visit, telling reporters he will not send the man back to the United States, saying he didn't have the power to return him. The case of Kilmar Abrego Garcia is testing the resolve of the U.S. Supreme Court, which ordered the administration to facilitate Garcia's return here. The White House says Garcia is a gang member, though he has not been criminally charged in either country. Now the administration is arguing his deportation was not a mistake after all.
This is international matters, foreign affairs. If they wanted to return him, we would facilitate it, meaning provide a plane.
That's the order. The order is bring him back.
And President Trump saying he wants to deport more migrants here illegally to El Salvador prisons.
Still more news to get to. Don't go anywhere.
Coming up next on Coast TV News today, a Constitution could cover marriage. We'll tell you how the debate in the first state has some lawmakers push to make marriage a constitutional right.
Also, girls lacrosse clash, the closing surge that produced a win for a Henlopen Conference team.
But first, fighting spread of lanternflies will tell you how to destroy the invasive species as numbers are ramping up across Delmarva. Stay with us on Coast TV News today.
Just about 5:42 on this Tuesday morning. Dry tech cam in Ocean City. You're dry for now, mild, 63 degrees. And we had a few sprinkles earlier on across Sussex County. We're dry now. Had some storms southern tip of Delmarva earlier on, but we're dry. But already some showers showing up across eastern Virginia and the eastern shore as we have a trough and a cold front back to the west and a little bit of low pressure along that front. So that will keep the showers going as we go through much of the day, and then colder and windier behind this system. It's mild, temperatures in the low to mid 60s, and the winds are light now, but they'll crank up a little bit later today. So you need the umbrella and the raincoat for sure. Won't be a downpour, but we'll have some of the showers. Light jacket's good too. Drive with caution with the showers and strong winds later on, and a warm beverage, and even the sunglasses will come in handy today. Call the Coast TV First Alert Weather Phone, sponsored by Brockstead Mandalis Federico.
Bob, the damage-causing spotted lanternflies have made a return as of April 11th. The insects have been found in 17 states. That includes Delaware and Maryland. Officials advise homeowners to look for and destroy lantern eggs before they hatch. This invasive species feast on a wide range of plants and pose a danger to crops. Environmentalists say scrape the eggs and smash them, and you'll find them on places like trees, rocks, cars, and lawn furniture.
Cambridge is moving forward with plans to resurface over 2 miles of roadway this year. It starts with sidewalk improvements. City engineers say they prioritize roads based on their condition using a pavement study from 2018. All this will cost about $600,000.
New this morning, city officials in Dover say that the offices will be closed on Friday. The city says there will also be no trash or recycling pickup on Friday either. Pickup will be rescheduled for Monday, April 21st, along with normal Monday collection. The city is reminding everyone to have containers out by 7 a.m. and pickups not completed on Monday will finish on Tuesday. And the 2025
Press Association Communications Contest Awards, they just came out, and we're pleased and grateful to say Coast TV has placed in 6 different categories. First place for Best Newscast, first and second for On the Scene Report, second in Honorable Mention in Prepared Report category, first place in Online Publication, second in Special Programming, first place for Social Media Presence, and an Honorable Mention for Electronic Newsletter.
Delmarva Sports Network from the Wawa Studios.
Last night, we saw one of the tightest girls lacrosse games so far this season between 2 of the best in Delaware. 6-1 Cesar Rodney made the ride to face 8-0 Caravel in a clash of the Titans. 2.5 minutes in, the Riders show they aren't messing around. A give and go for Ella Roberts gets the scoring started and puts the Riders ahead 1-0. On to the second quarter, all tied at 3, CR in transition. This time, Roberts does the facilitating, finding an open Ella Price, who puts in the go-ahead goal. Riders led 4-3 at the half. In the third, here comes Caravel. The Bucks have already taken the lead, and Alina Malinowski adds on, ripping this one by the keeper. A 4-0 Caravel run makes it 7-4. It looks like they'll run away with it and stay unbeaten, but not so fast. Those riders have some fight left. Now 7-5 Caravel. Brooke Roberts gets by everyone and finishes high. It's a 1-goal game heading to the fourth. Then in the fourth, riders up 1, and it's Brooke Roberts getting to her spot again, giving the final blow. Riders in the game on an 8-1 run and win it 12-8. That'll do it for sports. Have a great day, everyone.
And coming up tonight on DSN, your game of the night at 7 p.m., Salisbury University takes on St. Mary's in men's lacrosse. Then it's the final score at 10:30. And over on the DSN Plus app, along with that game of the night, at 5:30, Polytech faces Delmarva in boys lacrosse. And also at that time, Indian River visits Sussex Academy in girls soccer.
An original cast member of one of Broadway's biggest hits ever is reprising an iconic role. David Daniel has that and more in today's Hollywood Minute.
Wait for it, Leslie Odom Jr. is returning to Hamilton. The Tony-winning actor is set to play Aaron Burr again, September 9th through November 23rd at the Richard Rodgers Theater, where Hamilton debuted on Broadway nearly 10 years ago and has been playing ever since.
That was the year Tom Hanks was born, the first celebrity with the virus, Mr. Sleepless in Seattle.
If you value your life, you should think twice.
Joaquin Phoenix reteams with Beau is Afraid filmmaker Ari Aster for Eddington, about crises and conspiracies in a small New Mexico town in the early months of the COVID-19 pandemic. A24 just released the first teaser trailer for the film, which opens in theaters July 18th.
Gotta figure out what she's up to. We all process the happiest day of our life differently.
The first full trailer is out for Another Simple Favor. Allison Janney joins Anna Kendrick, Blake Lively, and Henry Golding in the killer comedy sequel, which lands on Prime Video May 1st.
To old friends, new beginnings, and not getting poisoned.
In Hollywood, I'm David Daniel.
Rough week? You can cheer up with a weekly dose of local good news from CoastTV with personal features, fun things to do each weekend, and more. Sign up now for free at coasttv.com/signup and get your weekly dose of joy directly to your inbox on Friday.
We're seeing dry roads for now. On our Tidal Health Cam in Salisbury, a little bit of traffic, but have the umbrella handy and watch for wet roads, as we'll see some showers ahead of a cold front today. And behind the front, we'll see windy and cooler conditions, and that could lead to maybe some patchy frost possibly by Thursday morning. I'll have your full forecast details in 2 minutes. Stay tuned.
The time is now 5:50, and we are taking a live look outside at Salisbury this morning. And Bob, it was warmer when I got into my car this morning. That's always a good sign. Commute, pretty good. I didn't experience any sprinkles on my end. I know you said that you did when you were driving in, but
I did.
Always be careful. And I know we're expecting colder weather.
Yeah, it's going to cool down behind that cold front later today, Lisa. Ahead of it, though, it is mild, as we just talked about. We saw some sprinkles, too, across Sussex County earlier on this morning, but now it's just mainly dry, a little muggy out there and mild. And we had some bigger showers and storms farther south of Salisbury to Chincoteague earlier on, but now those have cleared out, and we're looking at a temporary dry trend across Delmarva, but already some showers moving on to the eastern shore from Virginia. We have a trough to the west and then a cold front farther to the west from there. And along the front, we have some low pressure developing. So that's enhancing the showers through Virginia back into the Tennessee Valley. So I'm expecting some of these showers ahead of the front today. And then once that front comes through, it gets windy and cold behind it. And then we have strong high pressure building in. And that will settle over the top of us as we go into Thursday morning, perhaps giving us a chance of frost at that time. Nothing frosty about these temperatures. 64 Bethany Beach. Delmar 62, 57 in Redden, 59 in Milton, and 61 in Salisbury. As the winds are light from the west-southwest now, but they'll be picking up with time. And here's Futurecast at 7 a.m. We have the clouds, and then showers increasing again by mid-morning by 9. Make sure you have your umbrella handy with temperatures in the low 60s. Still some showers around the noon hour, and then I think we start to dry it out by mid-afternoon as the winds are coming out of the southwest, and that front comes through about 5 p.m., and then it gets windy windy behind it, and temperatures start to plummet this evening through the 50s into the 40s overnight, feeling like 30s with the winds. And by tomorrow morning, it's going to be chilly with temperatures into the 40s. And then on the windy side Wednesday, we'll see sunshine, but it's going to be chilly with temperatures in the lower 60s. And then we have to watch tomorrow night. Make sure you protect your plants. By Thursday morning at 6 a.m., we're looking at temperatures in the upper 30s, marginal temperatures for frost. It has to be about 36 or below. And some places inland might see that as we head into that time period, as that chilly high pressure settles over us. So make sure you protect your plants and vegetation as we go into Thursday morning. We're going to see those winds ramping up this afternoon, at times gusting to 40 miles per hour. Make sure you secure those outdoor items. It's still breezy and chilly as we go into Wednesday. Maybe not as windy, but winds still gusting over 30 miles per hour. Good news is for the weekend, which is the Easter weekend and beyond, we're looking at temperatures well above normal. Paul Davis 7-day forecast, 66 showers today, 58 on Wednesday, and then maybe a little frosty Thursday morning, 62 on Thursday, up to 70 on Good Friday. Saturday is very warm, near 80 degrees. Could see a few showers Saturday night, but I think Easter Sunday is drier and cooler with 66, and we keep it in the 60s and dry into Monday.
All right, thank you, Bob. Delaware is considering a new proposal to the state's constitution, the right to marry. Now, some lawmakers are pushing for it to be added to the document. The bill would require the state to recognize all marriages, that's regardless of gender. Lawmakers pushing for the bill say it would not infringe on freedom of religion. Religious organizations would have the right to refuse to recognize or perform a marriage. David Meritor with Sussex Pride says this is a good step for the state.
We've seen the LGBTQ community under attack in many different ways in this administration, and anything that we can do to enshrine our protections is really important at this point.
The bill is now awaiting consideration in Delaware's Executive Senate Committee.
Weather-wise, we're looking at dry conditions on the Bay Health Cam at Dover for now, but we will be seeing some showers moving in ahead of a cold front a little bit later today. And then behind the front, windy and much colder, maybe a frost as we go into Thursday morning, and then warmer for the Easter holiday weekend. I'll have your 10-day forecast coming up next.
It's 5:57 this morning, and it's time to check in with our coastal pet of the day.
And today's coastal pet of the day hitting us with a very helpful reminder. On your screen, that's Benny. He's got his glasses on.
He's ready.
Today's tax day. You can see he's deep in paperwork. He's handling his family's financials there, Elise. I don't know if that's a good thing.
I wish my dogs would handle our finances.
Maybe that would be a good thing.
Maybe it would. Well, we want to see more of your pets on Delmarva. Send us photos and tell us what makes them so special. You can take a look at your screen.
Scan that QR code. Get your friends to us. If you do that, then watch weekdays from 5 to 7 a.m. to see all the pets we feature.
And it's 5:57, so we're going to get another quick look at your forecast on this tax day.
Yeah, Bob, we're looking at rain jacket type of day.
Yeah. You know, a lot of folks inside doing their taxes. A good day to do that. We will be looking at some showers as we go through the day. Pretty mild into the 60s. Temperatures not moving all that much. I think we will see things drying out later this afternoon, then getting windy behind that cold front. But 66 the high with showers today. Paul Davis 10-day forecast into the 40s tonight. Only 58 Wednesday. Could be a little frosty Thursday morning. By the weekend, we're heading into the Easter holiday weekend. Good Friday, 70 up near 80 Saturday. Maybe a few showers Saturday night, but Easter Sunday I think is dry and cooler with mid-60s, and then 60s and 70s, and looking quiet into next week.
Coming up on the next hour, you just saw what Benny was doing. Tax deadline today and the expected time frame on returns in both Delaware and Maryland. That and more when CoastTV News Today continues.